What happens when a powerful CEO who has lost faith in love meets a humble single father who isn't impressed by her wealth? Emily Carter is tired of rich men chasing her for the wrong reasons. But during a glamorous New York gala, an arrogant millionaire crosses the line, and while everyone else stays silent, one ordinary man steps forward to defend her. That single moment will change both of their lives forever and spark a love story neither of them expected. If you enjoy heartwarming stories filled with drama, romance, and unexpected twists, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories. And now, let's get started. The grand ballroom of a luxury Manhattan hotel sparkled beneath crystal chandeliers as New York's elite gathered for one of the city's most exclusive business galas. Emily Carter, the CEO of a billion-dollar technology company, moved through the crowd with practiced confidence. Dressed in an elegant black evening gown, she smiled politely at investors, executives, and politicians, but inside, she felt exhausted. Events like this always followed the same pattern. Men approached her with charming smiles, expensive gifts, and carefully rehearsed compliments, yet she could almost always sense their true intentions. They were interested in her wealth, influence, or connections, not in who she really was. As the evening progressed, Richard Harrison, a wealthy real estate tycoon known for his arrogance, made his way toward her. He had spent months trying to win her attention and had never accepted rejection gracefully. "Emily," he said with a confident grin, holding out a glass of champagne. "You keep saying no, but sooner or later you'll realize we're perfect together." Emily gave a polite but firm smile. "Richard, I've already told you. I'm not interested." The grin vanished from his face. Around them, several guests began to notice the tension. "Not interested," he repeated loudly. "Come on, every woman here would be lucky to have a man like me." Emily crossed her arms. "That doesn't change my answer." Embarrassed and angry, Richard's voice grew sharper. "You think you're too good for everyone because you're a CEO? That's your problem." The room became uncomfortably quiet. Before Emily could respond, a calm voice broke through the tension. Or maybe she simply said no. Everyone turned. Standing near the edge of the crowd was a tall man in a simple suit, holding the hand of a young girl who couldn't have been older than 8. His expression was steady and unafraid. Richard scoffed. "And who are you?" "Someone who knows how to respect and answer," the man replied. For the first time that night, Emily saw a genuine courage, not from a powerful executive or wealthy businessman, but from a stranger willing to do the right thing when nobody else would. For a moment, the ballroom remained silent. Guests exchanged uneasy glances, surprised that anyone had dared challenge Richard Harrison so openly. Richard stared at the stranger, his face darkening with anger. "You should mind your own business," he snapped. The man didn't flinch. His daughter tightened her grip on his hand, looking up at him with worried eyes, but he gave her a reassuring smile before turning back to Richard. "It became my business when you started disrespecting someone in public," he said calmly. Richard laughed mockingly. "Do you even know who I am?" "No," the man replied. "And honestly, it doesn't matter." A few people nearby struggled to hide their smiles. Richard was used to people being intimidated by his wealth and reputation. Having someone dismiss him so casually only made him angrier. Emily watched the exchange carefully. Most people in the room had remained silent, unwilling to risk offending a powerful businessman, yet this stranger stood there without fear, protecting someone he had never met. Richard took a step forward. "You have no idea what you're talking about." "I know enough," the man answered. A woman said she wasn't interested. That should have been the end of the conversation. The words hit the room like a wave. Several guests nodded quietly in agreement. Realizing the crowd was no longer on his side, Richard looked around and saw the judgment in people's eyes. His confidence began to crack. "This is ridiculous," he muttered. "You're all overreacting." Without another word, he turned and walked away, disappearing into the crowd. The tension immediately lifted from the room. Emily let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. She turned toward the stranger. "Thank you," she said sincerely. He shrugged as if it were nothing. "You don't need to thank me. Nobody should be treated that way." Up close, Emily noticed how ordinary he looked compared to the wealthy guests around him. His suit was modest, and there was no sign of status or luxury about him. Before she could say anything else, the little girl beside him smiled brightly. "Daddy says people should always stand up for others." Emily's heart softened instantly as she looked at the child and then back at her father. For the first time that evening, she found herself genuinely curious about the man who expected nothing in return.